the sky's falling, everything's crashing, and everything's going to be super cheap, and we're going to lose all our money. Apparently, that's what's going on in the Pokemon market right now. No, not really, but yes, there are price drops happening across the board. I've seen it firsthand, right? Especially vending at a card show recently, in the past week. Priced up stuff. Most things have dropped 20, 30%. And I'm not talking just singles and slabs. Sealed as well. Sealed has been going down. I see comments of some people going, Jace, nothing's going down. Like, what's going on? Things are going down, right? 100%. Not by 100%, but not everything is going down. It's not every set and every product is going down, but there are things across the board that are going down, right? ETBs, Pokemon Center ETBs, booster boxes, and so on and so forth. Yeah, things have been getting cheaper, which is to be expected. We literally went through, 10, maybe 12 months of just insane growth. So it makes sense that things are starting to fall a little bit, and we're going to start going back to some form of normality. I did see a comment the other day of somebody, and they clearly have only entered into the hobby this year, or bought in any way this year. I think they linked to their collector app, right, where it shows like the graphs and the green and the red and stuff, and they're like, why is everything red? Why is everything that I have red? What's going on? We're coming up to Christmas. Does this always happen this time of year? I thought Pokemon always went up. And they had the little snapshot they showed was a combination of, by the looks of it, singles and sealed. And I'm like, well, yeah, you thought wrong. Let's put it that way. You definitely thought wrong now. Sealed typically, gains value over time, and it always does, and it does appreciate over time, which is fantastic. It has gained that value at an insane and unusual rate than what it normally would do. But what's now happening is it's now coming back, right? It's now retracting a little bit, and you're seeing things drop 10, 15, suddenly even 20% from, their all-time highs over the past 30, 40 days. And that's basically what's been happening. Singles and slabs have dropped even more. And buying, right? People are not really buying much right now. People are selling loads. The amount of collections and everything. I've had so many emails, more than I've ever received in the past, like 2-3 weeks, of people selling off their sealed product than I could even imagine. It has been unbelievable. And a lot of them I ask, like, why? Like, why are you selling off? Like, is there a particular reason? And their reason is, I don't want to lose money. One guy said, I just think that Pokemon's crashing, and it's going to become, it's going to be less than what I paid, and so on and so forth. And I'm like, well, it obviously depends where they bought it at, the price that they bought it at. But there's a lot of fear going on right now, a lot of fear. So, I'm just like, there's certain items I have picked up from people that are off-selling a load of stuff, and I will be showing them in an upcoming video, but weird time. It's a weird time. I've been selling stuff off as well. It's not like I haven't at all, but I have been selling stuff off. So today we're going to be looking at some price drops, of course, and we'll be looking at some price increases. So not everything's falling, okay? Not everything is doom and gloom. So we are going to be looking at that as well. Let's get into it. Okay, TCG Player, the biggest price drops this week. Oh boy. This is going to be spicy. Let's get into it. So it says that pretty much things are, on the downward trend, right? I mean, it has been pretty insane. So suddenly 10-20% price drops we've seen over the past month or so. It could be much worse than a correction. Honestly, I think we could be seeing much bigger drops than that. I do. So Mega Lucario, especially when it comes to cards, right, rather than sealed. So Mega Lucario, of course, from Mega Evo. I mean, look, this set is so new. You know what I mean? Like, what do you expect? Typically, when a set comes out, the cards just plummet in value because they just get opened. So it's so weird. I see it, people complaining like, why is my brand new card fallen so much? I actually saw someone post regarding the Mega Charizard from Phantasmal. Why is my Charizard dropped 50% in value already? What the hell? And I'm like, well, it's because being opened. More of it is, flooding the market. But yeah, I think people just kind of expected it to just keep going up, which is so weird. Mega Lucario, though, cool card. I do like it. I haven't really opened up much of Mega Evo. I do think they're going to print more of it down the line. So, expect it to fall even more. Tough pull rates, big set. which, you know, is just the way it goes. But it has fallen though. I mean, $300 is insane. So now we're looking at about $220. So it's dropped $80. I expect it to fall under 200 before we know it. And keep an eye on that one. It talks about a few other cards from set as well, like the Mega Absol, which has gone from 93 down to 83. Talks about the Lilies Determinations, gone from 124 to 113. Mega Latias has gone from 144 to 132. The Mega Gardevoir has gone from 220 from 244. So, you know, they're dropping a little bit, but I think they will continue to fall. Then we have Donald Trump coming in. The gumshoes. This thing, I don't even know what happened. I think it's just this illustration rare spikes that we saw recently, but it it was $28 and it's now $4. Why did it even go that high? Like how has this happened? Like legit, how has this happened? This has dropped like 80%. Bit mad. This was actually a hot pickup for a good while last month. Gumshoes came off of the starting blocks at $15 and quickly fell from there. But big thanks to a small burst of attention and sales at the beginning of October, we saw this illustration rate as high as 35. Oh god. So yeah, it's dropped like 90%. But since then, it has been a slow but steady grind down. So the correct market price has fallen to just $4. A huge fall for a card that looked like a sleeper hit from the set. Honestly, guys, do not. If you bought it if you bought it at 35, damn, that would have hurt. But yeah, don't buy into that hype. Just don't do it. Then we got Ducklet coming in from White Flares. This one again looks like it's been hyped and it's fallen. So it was a $10 card, and then it went up to 32, and now it's back down to 17. So it has here. Poor little Ducklet fell this week from 27 to 18. One of a couple of White Flare cards to struggle, and in Ducklet's case, it fully reversed an upward trend that was triggered by a buyout in October 20th. So again, we've seen market manipulation happen on a lot of single cards. We've seen it time and time again. A lot of hype gets pumped into these, and that's what ends up happening. We've seen the last several Pokemon sets selling in price recently, and now White Flare seems to be following that pattern. Movement on the set is by and large slow outside of a few cards like Ducklet. I mean, White Flare, you know, is getting pretty cheap, easy to get hold of still. Like, I say cheap, but still over MSRP, but you know, readily available art, which is not too bad. But the big drop on Ducklet was matched by the Hydreigon. I actually have that card. Oh, is that dropped as well? Oh, damn. It's dropped from 93 down to 85. Oh, I mean, that's not the end of the world. Oh my god, it made it sound like it was crazy. I actually talked about the Team Rocket's Mewtwo from Destined Rivals. Dropped from 540 down to 514. So, yeah, we can actually see 570, 580. Interesting. All right, Crown Zenith, the Latias. We saw a lot of big movements happening in Crown Zenith earlier on this year. Everyone was like driving up the Galarian Gallery to the moon. Don't know why, but there you go. Cool art, but I don't know why. $17. You know, fine. I mean, it's been doing relatively well. It's not the only card from Crown Zenith Galarian Gallery to catch the market's eye this week, but it is one that enjoyed the biggest comparatively spike. The ultra rare printing climbed from 11% up to almost 20% in the last week, and that was actually outdone in pure percentage by Toxtricity from the same set, with a printing from $2 to now over $5. Wow, that's actually pretty impressive. To be fair, I know it's obviously not like high money, but percentage wise, that is very, very good. The most probable cause of these moves are buyouts. Okay, average copies per buyer of the Latias spiked over 15 on November 4th, and the card's market price has been bouncing around since then. Yeah, okay, right. So other cards from the Galarian Gallery, we've got the Raihan as well, went from $3 to $5. Radiant Rare printed of the Radiant Charizard went from 6 to 10. Of course, we're seeing some buyouts happening there. And you got the Solgaleo and Lunala GX. This is just a fantastic card, by the way. Like, there's just straight up, this is just an amazing card. $371. So pretty good. In all honesty, this is like in the past year. I mean, it's done incredibly well. I mean, it's from Cosmic Eclipse. You know what I mean? Like, I expect it to do pretty well just because of its age and how expensive Cosmic Eclipse is. But yeah, I mean, it started 2025 at $125, And the fact is, it's now 370 is bonkers. It's just absolutely incredible. Another strong week has moved it up to over 350. Like I said, it's a fantastic card. It's so, so good. I can understand this going up in price, but like market manipulation is just rife at the moment, especially with like the most recent sets, and just don't fall victim to it. You know what I mean? Like if you see a Gumshoes go from an $8 card to 35 and that's 4, just don't do it. Just don't do it. And then we have price spikes in the Japanese market. So I have been covering a little bit more Japanese recently, and I will continue to do that on this channel, mainly because I think the Japanese market is really important. I actually think now, alongside English. I personally don't collect Japanese sealed really. Very few sets I actually have booster boxes for, but I do respect Japanese. And fun fact, actually, a lot of people recently have been requesting Japanese at shows and just like buying from me and stuff, whether it be booster boxes or cards, slabs, it don't matter. English, they're like, yeah, whatever, everything's too expensive for English, everything's overhyped, I'm not interested, give me the Japanese stuff. So that's pretty much what's been happening. We had the Arceus V promo. Of course, this one in English was it was in a collection box that had a Cosmic Eclipse in it in the Arceus figure collection. That promo in English is pretty good, but in Japanese, this one has been going pretty well. I mean, $5, pretty much 4x in value. Holy smokes. That is very, very impressive. Talks about the Arceus V Star, of course, from Crown Zenith. Very, very good. But yeah, this one did very, very well. Back in August, it was going close for $6. But since then, it's just continued to climb. Another strong week is where its current price to $19. That is insane. Then we've got the Armored Mewtwo. This in English is bonkersly expensive. What's it here? 71. Wow, this is in 3 months. God damn. If we go back a year, oh my days, it was a $7 card a year ago. Pretty much at the start of this year, it was like $11 card, and now it's $70. What is happening? Sun and Moon promo has been on a huge run over the last 6 months of 2025, starting from a low of almost $10 back in July. By September, the card was past 20. As the market price catched up, went up to 66. Mate, I mean, it is bonkers. And it says there was one that was listed closer to 90. That is insane. That is crazy. We've got the Mega Charizard. This is from Inferno X, the full art. Very, very cool. Actually holding relatively well. Do you know what? This is actually worth more than the English version. That's hilarious. That's actually quite funny. Yeah, that's actually really weird because the Phantasmal Flames one, bearing in mind the set has just come out, is worth less than this. I mean, Inferno X is holding really well. Like, Inferno X as a set has been doing incredibly well. I've sold nearly 50 boxes recently, which is the most I've ever bought of any Japanese set ever. And it is sold incredibly well. People love it. Booster boxes are getting more expensive since I've sold them. Like, here's what it is, right? But yeah, it's crazy. It blows my mind. So yeah, this one's performing incredibly well. I don't know how well it'll hold though. Like in Japan, they're really on it with reprints, so it's going to be interesting to see how well this would perform. But yeah, very, very good. Then we got the Blastoise from 151. So we're looking at this one. This was $85. This is actually more expensive than the English variant. So we're looking at 45 here. Wow. I mean, 151 again in Japan. Fantastic set. Did get heavily printed, but expensive. Expensive booster boxes all round. And it just has been climbing. It says the Squirrel as well has climbed. So that's pretty good across the board. $14 for one of these is really impressive. Yeah, I was picking them up at like 4, 5, felt like not too long ago. Yeah, 151 across the board in Japan, doing really well. Then we got the Umbreon. I'm not gonna lie, guys, I'm not a fan of these, but these are hugely popular. 145. Wow, that's crazy. Was 40. These just keep going. I mean, it's Umbreon, right? Anything Umbreon is just gonna be, pretty impressive. And it says here, you're looking at now $190 for a copy of it. That's just crazy. It talks about the Umbreon from Terrestrial Festival, saying that obviously that went up as well. Went from 314 up to 326. That's pretty impressive, even though there's been so many of them around. So really, really interesting. Then we got the Gengar Mimikyu. This card has just popped off, even in English. I mean, it's just mad, right? From Tag Bolt, damn, $66 over the past year. Tripled in value. I mean, it's just weird. If it's anything Gengar, it's pretty solid. I did have someone say to me recently, do I think the regular Mega Gengar EX from Phantasmal will do really well in the long run. I'm like, who knows? Probably. You look at the normal Gengar from Fusion Strike, like the normal V, even the V Max, they've gone like pretty expensive. So just who knows? Just who knows? But Gengar, especially Anime McQ as well, is just an incredible combo. Incredible combo. But I'm really surprised. I'm really mainly surprised at this, to be honest. But yeah, pretty impressive. It's not doom and gloom. Not everything is doom and gloom, but things are falling, but things are obviously getting better as well. And I'm all here for it, right? I'm here for things improving over time. But yeah, it's getting interesting, guys. It's getting really, really interesting. Like I say, a lot of people moving to Japanese, asking for Japanese, requesting it. So be careful of all of these manipulation buyouts that's going on. We see it time and time again when we do compare stuff to like the average market price in TCG player. There's a lot of manipulation going on with TCG players, like off compared to where the average market is. But yeah, I would say right now, if it was me looking at stuff, picking up like certain cards that you may want in your collection, I actually think I would probably wait until we go into 2026, especially if they're new stuff, because I think they'll go down in price. And we're already starting to see that already. Like I was saying earlier, with a lot of the single cards dropping 20-30%, sealed dropping a little bit, slabs dropping a lot. So it's going to be really interesting to see how things go moving forward. I do expect Japanese to start correcting itself next year as well. So we're not paying like $100 or £100 a box of Inferno X, for example, which just seems silly to me. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see, but not everything's doom and gloom right now. But that is it from me, guys, in today's video. If you made it this far and you've enjoyed it, make sure to smash the like button and make sure you subscribe for more Pokemon content. And guys, let me know your thoughts down in the comments with the market. Have you been stung by buying something that has fallen in price? That's what I want. But, you know, it's just the way it is. Singles and slabs are super risky. Sealed is a lot more safer. So keep that in mind when looking at, especially if you're going for the long-term investments. If you're looking to pick up stuff from your collection, honestly, I think 2026 is going to be a good year to pick up single cards, because we are going to see a lot of correction across the board. We're already starting to see it. I think it's going to be even more. So I would probably keep an eye out and see if you can pick up some good deals. But that is it from me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. As always, you guys are legends, and I'll see you in the next one.